Hello everybody, Captain Thief here with Dustforce, maybe, just maybe, the last episode of getting Giga Difficult Double S rank. We'll see. Let's go for it. Last episode we got SB because, I don't know, I just happened to run everything together just fine there. I think I may be of the Dustforce personality type, where Giga Difficult isn't that difficult for me. Or something, I don't know. If I gave as much effort to any of them, I think I probably could have gotten this far with them as well. Nope. I'm just going to go ahead and restart. Just going to go ahead and re-the-start. Though, I'm going to be honest, it would be super awkward if I got my double S rank within the first 2 minutes of an episode. Which is basically what? The first try-ish? Yeah, I'd say that's about pretty close. Oh well. It would basically mean a very, very short episode, or I'd have to pad it out with something else. And I don't know what to pad it out with, okay? I just don't. I just do not. I'd probably just actually add it onto the previous episode. I mean, let's be honest here. That makes the most sense. And is the most satisfying for the viewer, I think. I mean, it'd be kind of silly to leave on something of a cliffhanger in episode, what, 37? Yeah, 37. And then start 38, which is 2 minutes long with just the victory. I mean, in comic book sense, that would be Superman finally facing down Lex Luthor or whatever. But then it's like, oh, cliffhanger. And then the next episode just blasts out his skull with lasers and wins. I mean, come on, that's not satisfying, and then there's nothing else to set up, or you have too much time to set up the next thing. I don't know. I'm not an expert at story writing. I do run lots of stories in my head, though, especially when I'm supposed to be watching a movie. I'll see something, I'll be like, hey, that's actually a pretty cool trope or whatever. I want to integrate that into my plots and visuals and stuff. Yes. Alright. So anyway, where are we still having problems? Well, apparently we're still having problems in the beginning. Not that that's anything to be ashamed of, just, I literally took a 20 to 30 minute break to kind of give my voice a chance to catch up. Oh, that's so good. So good. I mean, saving Private Ryan. Okay. I should have just let myself fall. That's a problem I have in this game. My problem in Super Smash Bros. Games is I never, ever block. And my problem in this game is I never, ever let myself just kind of fall. Even just a tiny smack roll. That would help. I probably could have pulled it off there if I just let myself fall for, well, 0.354 of a second. Which is so much easier to distinguish than 0.355 of a second, which would lead to instant death, or 0.353 of a second, which is also instant death, but of a different flavor. But man, that 0.354, that's such an open window. Ow. Back down to 30 frames. You know what? I'm going to stop complaining about the frames. It kind of affects me. It does not affect you somehow. And so I'm not going to talk about it. Alright. Oh yeah, I remembered something that I talked about in like episode 34 or so, that this color scheme kind of reminded me of Adventures of Link. It's not something most people see. Well, actually a lot of people have seen it thanks to Awesome Games Done Quick. But if you skip the candle and just go into the caves and progress through the caves without it, and you get through enough caves, believe me, that's a trial and a half, you can see some of the orange characters, orange enemies, and they're brightly lit, they're not invisible in the dark. And the theory is that it's because they're using the same color palette as the items, which the game creators wanted to be visible in the dark without a candle. So yeah, that explains that, I guess, maybe. But yeah, it's kind of funny to see one of those boomerang throwing guys that's bright orange and you don't even need the candle to see them, they're just standing out. I don't know. So, you know, anything where it's purple and orange just kind of gives me that feel. I don't know. purple and orange is quite a color scheme. They're not contrast like purple and yellow or orange and green. I don't think it would... No, it doesn't. And yet, actually, what it reminds me of... I don't think I'm going to post a picture. Or maybe I will. Because I don't think it exists. Or maybe it does. But I actually wore a lot of orange and purple in Final Fantasy XI as my high-level thief. Because games are kind of silly in that, you know, before this entire wardrobe system that games like Guild Wars 2 use, and I'm sure others do as well. I just don't know who. You had to just wear the look of whatever the best armor for you was, or the best armor that was affordable, because maybe there was something that looked better and did the same thing, but it cost more or something, for obvious reasons. But in my case, I had to wear this Palawan vest. No, actually, hang on, where was the orange and purple? Because the purple was on the Palawan set, yeah, and I wore Palawan pants as well as the vest, but occasionally I'd have to switch to something called the Assault Jerkin, which was orange. Yeah, you had to change equipment in FF11 because you want accuracy for your regular attacks, but you want attack for your weapon skills, which are already plenty accurate. So you had to write a macro into the game to switch your equipment for specific parts. I didn't like that so much. I only ever played the game on PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360. And so your entire character model had to reload every time you switched anything. I'm not too against that, but you know, you became invisible for like a second, maybe half a second. And I just didn't like that, okay? I felt like they should have just had more equipment slots or something. Like, this is the equipment you wear when you're doing regular attacks, and this is the equipment you wear when you're doing weapon skills. But then that wouldn't make sense because, you know, white mages would want to wear all their mind equipment when casting Banish, because, you know, they do that all the time. And black mages would have something similar, and it just wouldn't make too much sense. Or they could just make it so that you had two equipment sets. Yeah, that makes sense. That was actually really well done. Really well done, really horribly done, yeah. Kind of reminds me of a subreddit I was reading recently on the Ask Reddit, actually. I don't remember the topic per se, but it had something to do with buying girls drinks at a bar. And how some bartenders would do the right thing and ask the lady if she wanted the drink before even pouring it or whatever. And, you know, not just like, hey, would you like this drink? But, hey, this guy bought this drink and maybe he wants to talk to you or something. You know, informing them of everything first, and so they could make their decision then. But the thing is, buying girls drinks statistically doesn't really work, and it also doesn't philosophically work because you're kind of bribing them to even talk to you. And if you're doing that, then you're probably not going to get anywhere. Or, in other words, if you don't have the outgoingness to meet them in the first place just regularly, then it may not help to actually try to coax them along with a drink or even free mozzarella sticks, as the topic was getting toward. So I want to say that that was the right way to do something that doesn't work in the first place. And so yeah, that's all I wanted to get at. Why, Dustman, why you gotta stab your eye right into the spike? Do you have an eye for spikes, Dustman? You know they kill Sonic no wait, they don't kill Sonic instantly, they kill Mega Man instantly. That was the plot of a joke made by Brawl in the Family, a comic about Super Smash Brothers, sort of, when it felt like it. Alright, there we go. I could have sworn I hit the wall. Cap, you've just started the episode after a 30-minute hiatus. Maybe you should practice this whole thing again, because, you know, you haven't even tried the second half of the level yet. Shush, anonymous voice. I do what I want. Ow. Okay, I see your point, and I'll keep it to it, but I want to get past the, what do I even call this middle point? The point where you have to have just the right height for the orange boxes. That's all the level capping it is, kind of. Specifically the height of not in the spikes. See, watch. Now I'm going to get an SA. Just watch. I swear, this is what's going to happen. I'm not going to die from here on. And then I'm not going to be able to pull this off again for some time. Nose itches. And no, I'm not trying to coax defeat to not feel bad about this. I'm just going to get an SA this way, guys. Okay. Yep. No deaths. Let's see if I can make this. Oh, good. Thank goodness. Ah, thank goodness for that, too. Giga difficult. The only level that can make you say, thank goodness he died. I think. Okay. I've kind of gotten used to that. And this too, but not really. But also totally. Okay. And can I pull this off? Yeah, but I need to be a little more patient on this. Yeah. Okay, this is perfect. And just go ahead and finish it off. Thank you very much. 125. Actually, that's pretty good for a comeback episode. SD. Yeah, still SD. Then again, I was restarting a whole bunch at the start, so it's kind of like I had some sort of practice. I don't know. It hasn't been days since the last time I played, guys. Also, I have no episodes of Desktop Dungeons in the wings, so I'm kind of guilty about that. Because I kind of want to, you know, make progress on this. Because I can take my time making decisions on Desktop Dungeons. On this one, you just have to be good. And to be good, you have to have skill. And to have skill, you have to not let it rust. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to say, to be honest. Let's see if we can make it. Okay, there. I can make it. I can make it. Just kind of jump. Whee! Alright, a quick dash, and that works. Let's see if this works. I'm digging how that's going now. I don't feel like an expert or anything, but I feel like an expert, guys. Also, I'm glad I didn't throw my back into the spikes. Hint, hint, Dustman. Hint, hint. I keep jumping early. Okay. And I think I've gotten good at this part too, because I'm only dashing and not just trying to jump or whatever I was trying to do. Jumping first. I'm just dashing to start everything out with. Let's practice this. And die. Let's practice this again. And win! Alright. Then win. Dang it, Dustman. You better not do this on the real run. Any run's a real run when you got 2 scoops ahead. Okay. More commercial jingles, Captain. We can't stop here. Not when the Michelin Man is counting on us. Ow. Alright. I almost hit both of those, which would have been perfect, because then I would have died in the spikes. And if we label that as perfection, then I've been perfect this whole time. And I can deal with that. 1 minute 30, that's not bad. Still an SD, I think. Yeah. Still SD. Okay. Try again. Just keep trying until it works. Okay. I made a promise to a friend that I would play a certain song on the winning run of this. And I intend to pull through on that. The only question is, when do I know to dim the music on this? Do I just go into my options right now and go lower the the game volume? No, I'm kidding. I'd have to lower the game volume in the mixer, of course. And even then, you kind of lose the broom swinging sounds, which I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll never get an SS rank, huh? You ever think about that, Spider-Per? Oh, dang, I leaked the name. He's gonna come after me with nachos. Oh, hey, I got this far. Hooray for me. Oh, gosh. I lost it. I lost it. because it would be really weird to be talking about the thing I was going to do and actually doing that thing. Oh, that would have been perfect, actually. I would have loved that. I can't win if I do that. It is impossible at my current skill level. Alright. G-Cap, you're taking near victory pretty well. Thanks. For a second there, I thought I used my second jump and I was a little worried. Alright, 126. The runs just get better and better. Not like the real runs on the toilet. Ah, shut up, Captain. SC. Alright. I mean, I got an SB already, but an SC, I'll put it right next to the SB. That's how proud I am. Right next to the Matryoshka doll. Okay. Just smack you and smack myself. At this point, should I just turn off the checkpoints? I don't know. Maybe I'll lose my temper at a particular segment, even though I've learned to pass all the segments. And want to practice it again. Ow. Okay, that really threw me off how I started walking on the air there for a minute. I mean, it's not impossible, like double jumping in real life. I want to see somebody do a YouTube video about double jumping in real life. Wait, I probably talked about this some time ago. Fairly certain I did. Usually when I'm playing Desktop Dungeons, I don't get time to ruminate about stuff like this. I'm like, oh, and then I'm going to kill this level 5 here, and then I'm going to use I'm a Wall, and then make a certain reference here, and then, okay, bam, bam, bam. I don't get to ruminate. That's the one thing I don't like about Let's Playing Desktop Dungeons is 90% of my commentary is actually relevant. And that's just wrong, guys. That's just wrong. If I'm not talking about a one-eyed man's biggest fears, then, you know, it's just not relevant to me. It's clowns, by the way. Same as everybody. You'd think they'd be afraid of losing their last eye, or their last remaining working eyeball, but it's clowns. It's clowns. Same as everybody. You know, I actually came up with that line about 3 years ago, and I've been thinking about the perfect time to use it, but every time I think of lines to use in LPs or when to say whenever trying to be funny, I never remember them. I literally don't. In fact, a little voice in the back of my head was like, no, not now, it's not opportune. It's not going to look original because it just came out, or at least the next it just came out, and I haven't seen that yet because, to be honest, I don't really care. I mean, yeah, the first one scared me or whatever, but I was really young back then. Like, what, 12? Actually, if it was 1988, 89, 90, 92, somewhere around there, I would have been much younger than 12. What happened there, Dustman? You wanna go into the specifics? You wanna get Microsoft PowerPoint out and show me a few slides, maybe a few graphs about why you couldn't do a double jump? Exactly. Okay. Alright. I'm getting real close to just turning off these checkpoints. The checkpoints must be choke pointed. Okay. Now I feel for some reason like talking about Dynasty Warriors. I played 3. I played 4. I played 5, and then I stopped. Extreme Legends on all of them, by the way. Which I feel was actually a really big scam of sorts because, I mean, Extreme Legends was pretty much an expansion. And the way it worked was they didn't want you to just buy Extreme Legends and play that. And only play that. Like, oh, I'm not gonna buy 3. I'm gonna wait till Extreme Legends comes out. Because the original game would be like $60. The Extreme Legends version would be $30. Extreme Legends had everything about the base game, except a few more things, like maybe a few more characters, maybe a few more maps. So, but they weren't. This is like PlayStation 2 guys. They had the hard disk drive, but they weren't sophisticated enough yet to, you know, make you download stuff, so that way they could make this make sense. What they did instead is that they made it so that Extreme Legends, well, you had to put in the base game, and then the PlayStation was like, okay, now we can play Extreme Legends. Or you put in Extreme Legends, It asks you to pause the game and put in the base game, and it'd be like, oh, okay, that's real. Okay, put Extreme Legends back in. That way you had to have both games. You couldn't just pass up the base game and not pay the $60 or whatever, and just go with the $30 Extreme Legends, which I think they would have actually been a little more financially successful with, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not in that area of finance. But yeah, I just felt so scammy. Not that it mattered, because I mean, I tended to buy most of my games used anyway, so I wasn't paying $60 for any game. I was paying more like 10, 15, 20 or something. Of course, the cost of that was I was playing it way after everyone else was already done playing it. And, oh, I can't win. Ah. I was hoping to pull my biscuits out of the fire here. Oh well. I made it all the way here without dying. I'm proud of me. Yeah, actually, I made it all the way here without dying. But I made it all the way to where I am, but underneath me, without dying. Yeah, I speak the good. Okay. Ah. Yes, 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 no. Ah, dang it. I'm gonna blame Northgate for that. Not because I was, you know, imitating his movements or whatever and did them wrong, but I just want to blame somebody that isn't me. Just kidding, Northgate. I would watch your stuff, but it's all in German. I'm sorry. I just don't understand German. Okay. But it's funny because his, channel art is in English. Hard games, tough games, thinking games, or whatever. Like, that's not German, but then you, like, look at the vids and they're, you know, World of Warcraft in German. The title, whatever it is. I don't even want to say what I don't even want to imitate. Because I don't remember at all what it is, and it would just be insulting if I just, like, came up with random words that sounded German to me. Wow, that's a really long explanation, Captain. It would have been better if you just did your stupid thing and got it over with. Whatever. Whatever. Just whatever. Okay. Awesome. That wasn't as awesome, actually. Because it's still a minute 30, isn't it? SD. No, that was 209. What am I thinking? What am I smoking? I've got this. This is the winning run, guys. I can guarantee it as soon as I hit some spikes. As soon as I don't hit some spikes. There we go. I stubbed my toe on the spike. That's what happened. Okay, perfect. Have you guys ever come up with prose? That's where you're like writing something, but you're not writing the entire story. You just kind of come up with the idea. I guess the story would be the entire anime of Death Note or whatever, but the prose would just be, what would happen if somebody had a notebook that they wrote down somebody's name and then they died a few minutes later or something? What would come of that? And maybe you would come up with some situations or something like that. That's prose. I kind of like the idea of coming up with stuff. Stuff that people on the internet say, somebody write a book about this. That kind of thing. Can you come up with some examples, Cappy? Yeah, I actually can, but none that I can say here, to be honest. A little weird. Oh, jeez, come on. Or at least nothing good, anyway. It's like anything I come up with that's halfway good, I'm like, I'm going to save that for later, so I better not tell anybody, or they'll write and they'll make millions, and I'll be like, why did I tell them? And, well, actually, I wouldn't feel too bad if you guys got rich from it, but I couldn't win. I used my second jump, guys. Okay. I used my second jump there, too. You gotta dash off the walls. It can't be a dash in between the walls. It's free if it's off the wall. Yeah, like that. Okay, and then finish it off. Alright, 134. That's better than that 209 that I thought was so great. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's retry this. Okay, I do come up with, like, yeah, with stuff, but I want to kind of write it myself, and yet I'm too afraid to. Not because I think, oh, it's going to be the best idea ever. I just don't want to absolutely butcher it. Because I've come up with stuff before, and I like started trying to write about it, and I found out this didn't sound nearly as good as it did in my head for some reason. Why is that? Why on earth is that? And I can't answer that. Okay. Ugh. Perfect. I mean, it's going to look weird if this is the winning run and it records this way. I don't care. Okay. Perfect amundo. Oh. I mean, now it's not going to be that because I use that word, but, yeah, at least I get this far fairly regularly. Into the spike hole with ye. Okay. Well, this could still be my first SA, which is perfect, or my first double A if I screw it up enough. Okay. Yeah, it's looking like an SA. Looking, but not being, because I actually got really nervous there, just trying to earn an SA. Trying to earn my Sonic adventure. That's what I think every time I see the letters SA. I don't know why. I think that's the game I gave up on Sonic on. Is actually Sonic Heroes. It's one of those things where the Sonic gaming community is one of those communities where, like, every game that comes out, you see the usual topics like this is Sonic's last chance or whatever, because, you know, some of the games haven't been all too nice, or they've departed way too much from the original or something like that. This is actually a really old topic because it would have been more relevant, especially back in 2006, but particularly with other games that came out afterward, Sonic and the Secret Rings and stuff. I don't know. But some people are like, you know, we see this every game. This is Sonic's last game. This is Sonic's last chance. This can't be true if we keep seeing that, but it is true. Because for some people, they give up on this game, and then they never talk about Sonic again. On other people, they give up on the next game, and then they're the ones making the topic. So it looks like repetition, but it's not by the same culprits every time. It's by a new person who's kind of, you know, given up on it. And I don't know what Sega, Sonic Team, whoever can do to fix that. I think they should probably just do whatever the heck they want to do and let the critics come as they go, because, I mean, if they're still making games, they have to be at least somewhat successful. They've still got the lights on, guys. That's a terrible justification for what it... Well, I know. It's a terrible one, but it's an economic one. Okay. No frame drops. No framey McDrop drops. Okay? You hear me? I wonder. At what point do the people who are, like, really good at this, like, start mastering stuff? Do they wait until they double S ranked everything and then they go back to, like, the first level and then start trying to super score that, or, you know, get the top position on leaderboards there? Or maybe they didn't even get this far and they just started, you know, really exercising their talent first. I don't know. I'd guess the former, but I wouldn't be too surprised if the latter was occasionally happening. I'm not going to make it. Ow. I was not tall enough for this ride. Unfortunately. Okay, if it's an SB or lower, I don't even want to hear about it. Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing another SB. But, yeah. I might as well restart at that point. Just so you know. Alright, so. Really? I dashed. Dustman, you didn't respond. Even though you were in the middle of a broom swing at the time, and actually responding would have caused you to miss with said swing. That's no excuse, Dustman. No excuse. I mean, it is, but I'm going to say it's not. Captain, this video would be 5 minutes shorter if you just cut out the checkpoints. because then you'd be right back into the action on every restart. I would, wouldn't I? But I like manually doing it. It gives me the judgment each time. I judge every Tim. If your name's Tim, I'm judging you. But if you're somebody else like James, don't worry about it. It's only the Tims. And no, my name's not Tim. In fact, I think there's an uncomfortable amount of people who know what my first name is. Heck, actually, there's actually an uncomfortable amount of people who probably know what my last name is because, episode 132 or something of Desktop Dungeons, since it was the base game, it like logged you in with your email or something. And so when you start the game, it like shows your email address for your account every time. And my last name is in my email address I'm using for that. So every time I would block it out with the little white rectangle, whether that be the days when I was using Windows Movie Maker, which sucks, or the days that I was using and currently using Sony Vegas. Yes, I'm still going to call it Sony Vegas and not magicalfunprint.com Vegas, even though they're the ones who bought the Vegas license. Let's just finish it off now. Because, I don't know, when it leaves Sony, it like kind of loses some of its luster to say Vegas, you know. I could just say Vegas, but I don't want to say whatever its new name is. I don't even remember what its new name is. But yeah, white triangle right over my last name, but except on that one episode, and then I uploaded it onto YouTube. Oh, don't worry, I already edited it through YouTube itself. You're able to actually cut stuff. You can cut stuff, but you can't like actually fully edit things, like add things. Like I want this to go in the middle here. No, and that would be a horrendous thing. You might as well just, you know, delete it, re-upload the whole thing. So yeah, a few people saw that if they noticed. I know Lacat did, Gakato or whatever his name is. I can't remember what his name is on YouTube. It's Lacat, yeah, it's Lacat. And I'm fairly certain Eric knows my last name because, hey, it's all over my Skype. Cool. I actually saved this one. Nice, 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 nice. I got this far, I can go further. Also, it's 5 o'clock now, so it's kind of interesting, but the sun is gradually traveling across the room, and it is now on my screen, covering up at the bottom right corner. I can't see anything to the right of Dustman, actually. And that kind of made me nervous. Come on, my first SA. Aw, dang it. Come on, my second SB. Yeah, that's a possibility. Wrong timing. My second SC. Oh. My 87th SD. Oh wait, it can still be an SD. I can still pull this off, guys. Oh, jeez. I wonder if anyone's ever gotten a a grade on this where they got an S for finesse, but like a D in completion, which means you have to miss a whole lot of dust. Oh hey, I missed some dust. Well, good thing I didn't. I would have been really angry if I got an AS, actually. Yeah. Alright. After this death, wherever it may be, and it's right there, I'm gonna go close the blinds. I'll be right back. No longer blinded. Alright. Restart, please. Thank you. Much better. I can see everything now. The grain is gone. I can't see all obstacles in my way because it's a pretty long way, but I am feeling pretty good about this. I think I'm at the part of my session where I'm starting to make the same mistakes over and over again. The ones I hadn't been making all session, but now I'm starting to make for some reason. I do not know why that pattern happens, but it happened a lot on Hideout. I'd get really good at a section and stay really good at a section until about the midpoint where I would start slipping up on it a bunch, and yeah, it would suck. Aw, come on, Dust, man. Why you gotta do this to me? Is it because I owe you money? I do not owe you money. I bought this game legitimately. I think I might have bought it for $1 through a Humble Bundle. It's been on the Humble Bundles a lot, guys. It's not a very hard game to procure. In fact, I probably have an extra copy. Oh wait, I probably shouldn't talk about that. I'm not going to talk about extra copies of games I may or may not have. Alright, that was very sloppy, but the fact that I pulled it off makes it not sloppy. And so I am proud of it. I'm so proud of you, Dust Man. You have no idea. You went to dirt college for dirt cheap. Okay. I am making it here pretty, what? Consistently? Is that the word I want to use? Yeah, I want to use a small swing there. Definitely the small swing there. Okay. Let's make this. Ah! Okay. I can still essay this. I can still write an essay about this. Ah. I can still SB this. Okay. Ow. I can still SC this. Man, just get more and more disappointing as we go along. I can still, you know what? It's more or less for practice now. Ow. Particularly this part. I don't want to start messing up here a bunch. Oh, okay. I thought the spikes were going to kill me, but sometimes they decide, you know what? Let's not kill this guy. Not unless he has a rank of SA or higher. Yes, that's their reasoning. Okay. Cool. This is one of them hard games. It's Nintendo hard. Except, Nintendo hard doesn't really mean that hard so much anymore on a lot of their games. In fact, a lot of their games these days seem to be downright casual. There, I said it. But that's their target audience, and I'm not gonna fault them for that. Okay. But seriously, I feel like difficulty was just to kind of elongate how long a game lasts, because it would take you a while to beat it. Then again, shouldn't that be the healthiest? Oh, jeez. I don't know. I tried to dash twice instead of actually smacking it. Shouldn't that be the healthiest thing about a game is, rather than having 150 different games in an hour each, you should have maybe 2 games in 75 hours each? I don't know. It's less money that way, actually. Huh. Maybe that's why games have gotten easier, so that way they can sell more of them. There's gotta be a magic balance between difficulty and how much time you spend on each one. I don't know what it is, guys. I just don't know what it is. Okay. Man, this is a long level. I commented on that, right? Oh. I'm starting to mess up here. You see, my skill at this particular level kind of looks like a reverse parabola. And that it goes up like the... oh, hey. Goes up like a rainbow and then comes down. I can't really think of too many things that are reverse parabola shaped at the moment. Maybe a bridge, but bridges don't tend to look like that. Maybe a arch like the Golden Gate Arch. No, that's not the Golden Gate Arch. But yeah, I think I passed the zenith, as high as it will go. And now things are starting to look down from... I'm just kidding. Maybe it's just time for another 30-minute break. Hey, Captain? Maybe. Well, however I feel about this, I am getting better results now than I did when I first started playing this session. So, you know, at least I have something to feel good about there. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. I kind of like jumping though, just to kind of reset things and kind of get a feel for what I'm looking at. It probably isn't necessary. In fact, it certainly isn't, but I want to do it anyway. Seriously though, who sheds all that blood, sweat, and tears getting through Hideout getting through backup shift. They had to have played those a billion times, right? You can't get here without beating those. You can't get here without double S ranking those. But no, they try this, they get good enough to get an SB in it, and then they quit. They just can't double S it. Who does that? Ow. Me! I'm just kidding. No. I'm still here. I'm gonna be here. I'm double S ranking it. I don't know how to feel about trying to double S rank all the other ones. It's one of those questions I'm constantly asking myself. But yeah, especially since doing so kind of opens the door to, oh hey, how about you double S rank Yada difficult? And I'm just thinking, I don't think I'll ever be good enough to beat that, even if I practice every day for a year. And if I was practicing every day for a year, I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. Yeah, I didn't need to jump there. Not that I'm getting all impatient, but I'm getting all impatient. Oh, come on, I hit the wall, and you know it. You saw it. Everyone saw it. Okay. Really? That's just so cruel of you. So cruel. It would kind of be interesting to see a beat-em-up RPG based on the physics of this game. I'm just not so sure how it would work, to be honest. Yeah, because getting an SB means you have to have beaten it before. You have to know every little nook and cranny. You could probably get through these little tricky areas here that at first seem impossible. And then you're just like, nope, I'm done. Maybe they don't care about the achievement at all. Or maybe they're like me. I got here, I SD'd it, and I quit. Not because I quit, but because I was like, I'll get it later. But then later never came. Oh wait, here it is. Later is here. Man, you know what? I actually kind of feel like sometimes when I watch other people's Let's Plays and they don't 100% complete the game, especially when it's cough, cough, Mario 64, cough, they don't get all 120 stars, I feel like, you know, that ain't right. I'm gonna, like, get all the stars that they got and then start my Let's Play where they left off and say, Unfinished Business, Episode 1. Oh, hey. What the heck happened there? But that just seems kind of, I don't know, weird. Especially since I'm nowhere near as good at them at commentary. Well, actually, I'm not going to say I'm not as good as them. I'm not going to say I'm terrible either. We're just completely different flavors. They're vanilla ice cream, and I am pepperoni cheesecake.
Pepperoni cheesecake?
Yes, that's my flavor. No, I've never tried it. I almost got my sister to try it. And by that I mean, like, she got one of those microwavable Red Baron pizzas, threw it in the microwave for 5 minutes, went to the bathroom for 10 minutes, which gave me time to pour sugar on her pizza, which she then threw away. And I, despite the fact that I was like, come on, try it, you might like it. This is back in the days where I still ate gluten and stuff. So I could have eaten it, but I didn't want to either. So I don't know. I'm not such a good soul sport or whatever, am I? Exactly. It's a memory I still have with me to this day, and in fact, she remembers it too, because just within a couple of weeks ago, she had pizza and was like, should I pour some sugar on that? And she's like, you better not. I remember last time or something. She said something to allude to the fact that she remembers. So yeah, she almost had something akin to pepperoni cheesecake. And no, cheesecake is actually pretty easy to make, even on such a diet. Hi. And that is what we call Beetlejuicing, because you talk about somebody and they appear at the door and it's like, oh, hi, it's you. I was just talking about you and how I put sugar in the pizza that one time. Anyway, yeah, that's neither here nor there. Just my cat got in a fight with her cat, and he had a claw piercing on his nose now. Poor guy, but he, you know, kind of asked for it. I don't know. She's upstairs, Yoshi. You should stop going up there to pick fights with her. I don't know. Just ignore her, alright? Anyway, enough talking about that. Let's see if I can still make this. Oh, no. There was no chance. The arc wasn't going to pull it off. Ow. Okay. I wonder if I'd do better in this specific level with a specific character. I also wonder how people who are good at this game are good at using each different character. Like, if you see anybody do a speedrun of this, they'll switch characters pretty often. And I'm just like, wow, I couldn't do that because the switching controls is just too weird for me. I don't know, maybe they practice that specific route, like the entire game is just one big route. And so they know, okay, it's this part, I'm going to be Dustforth, it's going to feel like this, I know what to hit here, 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 and here. I have no idea. Speedrunning is its own challenge. Just like interpreting is its own challenge. It's not so much about knowing both languages really well, it's about being able to switch from one to the other in rapid succession, especially when there's turns of phrase or colloquialisms, stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. I don't really have too much to say now because it's just like, it's the beginning, guys. I'm so good at the beginning. That's one advantage of Desktop Dungeons is 90% of my commentary is relevant, so there's always something I'm talking about, like, oh hey, I'll just, you know, pick up the wait what, convert the piss orf, and then eat a cheese pizza even though they don't exist in this game. I got pizza on the mind and I shouldn't because, you know, I've had that for dinner the last 2 nights. How do you make pizza when you're eating keto? I just mix 2.5 cups of mozzarella cheese with 2.5 cups of riced cauliflower. You know, just get a regular cauliflower and just put it through a food processor if you've got one. Microwave that for a bit. Add half a brick, or, you know, like 4 ounces of cream cheese, which has also been softened by the microwave. Put that in there for a minute, stir it up. You know, put it in for another minute, stir it up. It'll start to actually look like dough, like a dough ball. Just go ahead and put that on a sheet of parchment paper. Then grab another sheet of parchment paper and, you know, flatten it into a pizza shape. And then throw it in the oven. There's your crust. I shouldn't have to explain toppings, but yeah. There's your crust. No wheat involved at all, and not that many grams of, not that many grams of carbohydrates. That's the main thing about keto, is you're just, or maybe it's keto. I've never ever heard it pronounced. I've read it a billion times, but I've never heard it pronounced. Keto, I don't know. Keto. You just eat less than 20 grams of carbohydrates, no matter who you are. Some people can go up to 50 or something, but who knows how you respond. And then your body will go into ketosis, where it burns primarily fat and not carbohydrates. You will feel like hell for the first week because your body's just not used to that yet. And you also get used to the idea that you need to have lots of electrolytes. Can you name all 4, Captain? Yeah, potassium, sodium, magnesium, and did I mention potassium? Yeah, I did. What was the 4th one? Calcium, I think, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's calcium. And an easy way to get that is to actually buy light salt, or, you know, less sodium salt. Well, how are they going to make salt with less sodium? Are they just going to put less in the bottle? No, they like mix something else in there that's also an electrolyte. So it tastes salty, but it's not sodium. So, you know, you don't have to worry too much about your sodium intake if you're doing something like that. You know what? Don't take medical advice from me, but yeah. I said what I said. Alright, just fall. Oh, I really need to straighten out my jumps. Okay. Ow. I remember this being very hard, by the way. This is not something that comes naturally to me. 18 months ago, this is the part that I could actually beat the rest of the level okay, but this part I would always die on just beating it. I didn't even think about trying to get an SA rank or whatever. Why must my skills here be so bad right now? I could have gotten here without dying and been really frustrated. Yeah, instead of dashing, you can also actually do a jump. But I prefer the dash because it kind of keeps you level. 157, that's not good. I only want to see if I got a S for completion. Okay. I want to make sure I'm not doing any bad habits that leave dust behind.